Hello, this screencast is going to give you some directions on double checking your iCloud settings to make sure that you're backing up. Also to double check and make sure that you have a current backup, and then some suggestions as well as what things you should be backing up and what things aren't necessarily things that need to be backed up. So the first thing you need to do is click on Settings, and from Settings you would want to go down to iCloud. In iCloud you have an option called Storage and Backup. From Storage and Backup, the first thing you want to make sure is that your iCloud backup is turned on. Make sure it's turned on. If it is turned on, it will also let you know when your last backup was done. If you have a recent backup and your backup is turned on, there's probably not a lot you need to worry about. When you go in and manage your storage, that would be where you would take the devices that you have connected to your account, and you would select the device, and this list shows like your backup size, your latest backup at what, so that would have been today at 7:55, and the backup size. If you're not having any problems with backups, if everything's turned on and you're backing up to the cloud, you should be fine. The purpose of that is if your iPad would get broken or you need to replace it, if you have a backup from the cloud, you could purchase a new one or set up a different iPad based on that iCloud backup, and so you'd have the exact same stuff on your new iPad. If you are someone that you're getting messages where your iCloud storage isn't large enough and you're not creating backups, or iCloud isn't successfully backing up because you need to manage some storage, this is where you need to go into under your the data that you want to back up and be selective on what you back up. Basically here what I suggest is anything that is web-based or stored in the web, those backups can be turned off. So I'm going to show all the apps here. I always back up my camera roll. If I have any videos in iMovie, I back those up, and I back up iBooks, although you could still, if you've purchased anything from iBooks, you could still restore that from the cloud. But if you have some PDFs or things that you've stored, or you've organized some certain things on your bookshelf, then that would be backed up. Show Me, most of your Show Me's are based to your web-based account, so you could turn that off as well. Sometimes this message gets a little scary and says, do you want to turn off Show Me Backup and delete the data from iCloud? That is not a problem. It's just, it's not deleting it from the stuff you have stored on the web. It's just deleting it from iCloud. Evernote is another one that is stored in the cloud itself. Evernote is its own web-based, so you can turn that off. Animoto is web-based, so you can turn that one off as well. Any keynotes that you have saved on your iPad, you'd want to back those up to the cloud. Sketch is connected to Evernote, so that would be web-based. That'd be another one you would not need to back up. ScribblePress, if you created items on ScribblePress, if you've uploaded them or saved them to your ScribblePress account on the web, then you don't need to back it up. But if you have ScribblePress books on there and they're just saved on your iPad, you would need to back those up. Again, anything that's connected to the web, you could turn off. Twitter, things on sock puppets you'd want to back up. But anything connected to the web, anything you've saved to the web, you would not need to back up. So I could turn off SnapGuide because that's specifically web-based. Google Drive, I can turn that off because, again, that's web-based as well. So just some suggestions there on apps. If you have any questions, there is always a way to Google search to get an answer as far as what can be backed up. If you have any questions, you can contact me as well. So again, making sure that you go back into iCloud and make sure that you have your iCloud backup turned on. So when you're in iCloud, you would go to Storage and Backup. Notice what date you have the most recent backup, make sure it's turned on. And then as far as managing what is backed up, you would need to check into this. If you need to change some storage plans or turn off some stuff so that you have more room or more data. You would want to go in there and update that. And anytime you add an app, by default, the backup turns on. So if you are somebody that's added a bunch of apps and haven't checked your backup options lately, you might want to go in and check that. Because by default, when you add an app, it turns it on for backup. So that is my suggestion before the new iOS comes out, to make sure you have an up-to-date backup.